What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Side 11, and right now, man, we're talking about chakra bodies, our wills, our wheels, our ability to will things into our existence with our light bodies. So you see what I'm saying? So chakra bodies, light bodies, you know what I'm saying? These things have like three level of densities, because we came from the realm of no thing, the realm of the unknown, the realm of where we have a vaguely an idea of something, where we was like no thing, and then those things, we use those resources to create the, you know what I'm saying, like the fourth, fifth, second dimension, which goes down to the first, second, third dimension, which we are in the third dimension, and our second and third dimension is our thoughts and feelings that play out in our chakra bodies being our heart, our chakra bodies being our gut, being our mind. All this body is a chakra body. Even your dick and pussy area, that's basically your root chakra, and your thoughts and feelings, which is your first and second dimension, what you create, play out there as a form of positive and negative, which is a force that spins your chakras around to create energy. And based on where you direct your attention, you create intentions, you create energy, you create resources to build someone else's reality. Because whatever you believe about reality subjectively, you begin to create objectively. If you believe you need to participate in the school system, then that's where you're going to spin your chakra to, that's where you're going to take your Merkaba to. So first they control your speculative, your subconscious, and then they make you build their conscious, their objective version of reality. So when it comes to your chakra bodies and these mini Merkabas that you create, that manifested from the fourth, sixth dimension to this third dimension, real reality, which is this body that you're using right now, animals, trees, bugs that you can physically experience and see here. You know what I'm saying? The more you become aware of those light bodies and chakras and how they're spinning and what you're creating in those environments, because those are environments, and you better goddamn believe it. So the more you become aware of those thoughts and feelings that you create in there, the better that you can combat yourself consciously and deal with those things accordingly. Because when you understand what you're doing, when you're being aware, when you're being conscious of yourself, instead of letting the world be conscious of you, which is the shadow government, that's how they prey on you. That's how they make you prey, so you can become prey to the circumstances and situations that they create for you. So things like war, things like famine, you don't create your idea problem solution for that, or you and another group of people, you participate in their system because you are afraid to explore a new environment, a new territory, which is basically the unknown, which is outlining the parameter of the subconscious, the new experience that you're partaking in, because the universe is constantly expanding. And if you're just imagine somebody just created a system of rules and laws and conditions and religion, etc., and subconsciously trapped you from exploring new areas. So now the only thing you use your chakra spins for is the world that they created, and now you're constantly creating cells, you're creating ideas, information based on what they hacked into you for what they objectively want to build, and they didn't let you in on it. So based on them understanding the virtues of the world, based on them understanding who we are, spiritual groups and energies and astrologies and astronomy and things like that, that helped them create a bigger system to trickle down and rule us instead of us rising. So they kind of like play mental jujutsu on you from a distance before you even rise. So it could be things like they can create programs and things like, oh, if you're black, you can only be successful in this way, and this is how you're gonna be respected. Oh, if you're Caucasian, you gotta go to university and you gotta do this and get this degree because this is how people in society value, and this is what your parents want from you. And so they use your parents to control you, they use your environment to control you, and control the chakra spin. See, right now, you're internalizing what I'm externalizing to you. So I'm using my positive charge, my chakra, to push out fumes, to push out energy. And now my spin is spinning in a direction. But when you're internalizing any energy, when you're receiving energy, your Merkaba spins in the opposite direction, which is the negative. So you're receiving energy now, and you're exploring, and you're seeing how you feel about this energy, and you're trying to see, does this relate to me? Do I fuck with this? See what I'm saying? So this is actually real, but you gotta understand that they gave you the concept of how to objectively think about something that's subjective to everybody. So these motherfuckers literally became Martians and landed on your chakras, which your chakras are your planets. These are literally mini stars, mini planets in you. As outside, so within. Whatever is if we're observing planets and stars, is because these things are happening in you. Your thoughts and feelings that you create, those things collide within you and create beneficial things for you or create things that are destructive for you. So you're supposed to take your energy and operate it consciously, being aware of the minutes and the seconds that you put in certain thoughts and feelings that you know you shouldn't be spending into. You might create a thought in yourself, like a jealous thought, like, oh, I hate this person and their existence, they did this and this to me. But no, you're supposed to let go of that, allow that to let go of that membrane, let go of that chakra, because the more you use your chakras and spin them in the direction of that idea, you're gonna create a bigger idea, a bigger asteroid, a bigger planet, and then that's gonna be like a demon inside of you that you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? All because you animated it, because you gave it life, because you gave it energy with your chi, with your energy, with your life force, with your chakra spin, with your Merkabas. So you don't want to give life and ideas to these Jews' systems. So they created a system for you to live out, but that doesn't mean that you got to live out the concepts that they gave you. You can create your own concepts and your own ideas of those things, to the point that you will start explaining things from your perspective, and it's all still gonna make sense. So when it comes to chakra blocks, a lot of these people willingly and purposely create chakra blocks for us, so we don't explore and grow and become and take over and make our version, our principle, our representation of what it means to be this and do that, and you know what I'm saying, bigger than theirs. Because then we take over people's minds, the speculative, subconscious, then we take attention away from the Jewish, Jesuit, Zionist system. So they don't want you to grow. So that's why they might create some traumas, some dramas, and based on your generational cursed ass, it's already easy for them to harness that and use that for their advantage, because you wouldn't be on earth if you haven't missed a point, which a point means a travel and a transition of energy to create a greater energy. So you know what I'm saying, your Merkabas spin to create energy, but to also create a new energy, a new transition, something else, a new membrane to spin. You know what I mean? So they make you pay attention to their shit, and you want to create spin and use your chi and energy in your direction, but you got to be consciously strong, because they have like things like the PS4 now, Xbox One, entertainment, love and hip hop, all types of distractions to use. But you don't know that you can create a whole new theology, a whole new way to govern that's way better, a whole new way of a new system of eating, new dishes, new meals, new ways of building houses, new education systems. These are all things that we can create with our Merkaba spins, and by understanding the self and using our attributes and characteristics, what God put in us, to assist the world and environment with the form that we use to help others. Some people use art, singing, to heal others. Some people use drawing to heal others. Some people use you know what I mean, structures like houses to shelter others. So you gotta use your God giftedness, your attributes, your characteristics, and use your chakra Merkaba spin for your advantage. Pay attention to the things that you want to build, no matter how small they look right now, because all it takes for you to create a new energy is just to simply pay attention to something, and then you can formulate a new thought, a new feeling, a new structure about it, a new way to go about it. And that's all it takes. But you see, they make you so afraid of doing that. They create allegories like in movies and in like TV shows and in real life by words like they might show you a dark hallway and teach you over time to be afraid of that. So you subconsciously, speculatively become afraid of like, oh, I shouldn't go into that unknown thought and feeling that I just received, that God and and angels are trying to communicate with you. The universe, you know what I'm saying, is trying to communicate with you, so you can carry out that example, that representation, and be the first kind of to be reborn as a new mind, to have a new chakra. Like if you watch Naruto or any of these shows, you can literally become the sage of the six paths. You can literally develop whole new chakras, but you gotta put the energy in, and you gotta be willing to separate from those things, because it's up to you. I mean, if you're aware of your reality and you want to create a new version of reality that's beneficial for you, see, that's what a lot of mental health stuff comes from. It comes from people not wanting to be in this environment that the Jewish system created for them, because it's not a custom for them. It only serves the niggas on the top type of shit. and unless you're a singer, an actress, and you're getting something material out of it. But even they depressed, even they suppressed, and if they lose that, they're not gonna have any meaning of life. It's really hard to come back from being a celebrity or something like that and finding meaning, because you went so high and you fell so low. But you went so high in someone else's system, and you fell so low because now you can't get it back, because someone else was utilizing you as a variable since you was in someone else's system. So it all becomes based on you and what you're willing to sacrifice and what you want for yourself. If you understand that these chakras and these light bodies, you can take them and create whole new avatars and expand into new existences when you die as well, like literally creating a cloud and going into new existence. But you have to be hard as a spirit. Like, you can't be like, oh, Allah told me to worship him, oh, Father, Lord Jesus, I need you. You can't be a weak spirit in the 4th, 6th dimension and exist and give someone. You have to have a position, a purpose, an office, a mission, a fire, a will, one that burns so brightly that it makes it's yours. It's your energy, and by that you expand the universe. You expand. You give people a new direction, a new way of being. Think about all the motherfuckers that profited now from pastors and all of them light kings, whether in mosques and all that. That came from an energy. That type of preaching, that style of doing things, came from a group of people, a group of tribes. And all they did was just take what somebody else's did and just rework it into their frame. Because if your enemy was utilizing this stuff to control people, and this was your rival, you would hate them for it until you figure it out. Until you figured out what they was doing. How was they making people's markabas and chakras spin in their direction? You know what I mean? And yes, so remember, man, don't let these chakra blocks stop you. Because remember, like, your markabas, you gotta love yourself and you gotta let yourself spin freely. You spin into new directions, because your chakras, speculatively, like, let's say they stay on your organs here, right? But you can summon and invite new types of energies and have new aliens and new Martians walk on your chakras and lands and experience something new, versus just having the structures and the thoughts and feelings that the Jesuits and the Jews allow you to have, for you to experience only one type of particular realm of reality and be afraid of to explore and going into something new. So you gotta create. When I say alien, when I say Martians, I mean new thoughts, new feelings in your chakras, positive and negative, coming together to spin to create new existences and new energies. You know what I mean? New ways of doing things, new behaviors, new modifications to the self. This way you don't need a psychologist, you don't need a this and this and this and that. This way life teaches itself. God can teach himself. And since you're a reflection of God, you can teach yourself too. You got God in you, I got God in you. We're all just different pieces of the puzzle, and we all looking at each other to collect the attributes and characteristics to spin our markabas and chakras in the directions that you want, because you're going where you want to go, where you dream, where you be thinking, where you be feeling. That's where you're gonna float to when you die. That's the direction you're gonna go to. You know what I'm saying? And that's the body you're gonna find yourself aware in. So don't create a body that's gonna become hell for you. You know what I mean? Don't create a mentality, a mind, a chakra state that's hell for you. Like, some people go out into the world, let's say someone, I don't know, maybe sees a female or sees as afraid of heights and things like that, and that creates like a sharp spin in the heart chakra, like they feel like a sword going down their throat, like, I just got hurt just by seeing that, because that's how you program your reality. That's the meaning and reasoning you created for your chakra. So when your chakra connected with that externally, that's the energy it vibrated in internally. So you always want to take control of your chakras and your markabas and spin them towards your directions, your advantages, what you want, what you seek, what's on your mission, what's on your goals. And be careful of sacrificing those things to people, because that's only going to backfire at you later. When you sacrifice too much, you start to feel like you have no energy, you're tired, you're dry. When you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Take care of your chakra bodies by becoming more aware of yourself and how your thoughts and feelings influence each area of your body and what it's creating there. Because you will feel it. You just got to be conscious and aware of it. And that's all it takes, folks. That's all it takes. Like, comment, share, man. Man, we're going places. We're all going places.